On page 237, we're asked to solve the equation. We're still solving quadratic equations, but for number 17, we solve by taking square roots, it says, finding square roots. And in order to do that, normally we gather all the terms to one side, but we could see here there's no linear term. So we can go ahead and add 40 to both sides. And adding 40 to both sides gives us 5x squared equals 40. And then if we divide both sides by 5, we get x squared equals 8. And this is just another strategy for solving quadratic equations. If there's no linear term, then we can isolate the whatever's being squared, and then we can take the square root. And we get x equal, actually the absolute value of x equals radical 8, which is 2 radical 2 if we simplify it. But then we want to know really what x is. So if the absolute value of x is 2 radical 2, then x is either equal to positive 2 radical 2 or negative 2 radical 2. And we can just write plus or minus 2 radical 2. For number 21, we would gather the terms to one side. See, this linear term here prevents us from just separating the x squared from everything else. So when we gather all the terms to one side, 1 minus 4 is negative 3. And for number 21, it says solve the equation. Well, the first thing we want to try to do is actually factor, and I notice that this factors. Find the first, find the last, check the outer, add the outer to the inner, and see if you get the middle term. So we get the middle term, so we get x plus 1 equals 0, and x minus 3 equals 0. So we get the two solutions, x equals negative 1 and x equals positive 3. So that we didn't even need the quadratic formula. Do we need the quadratic formula in this next one? Let's try number 23. We're going to subtract 49 from both sides. And we get 4x squared plus 4x minus 48 equals 0, because we need all the terms to one side because it's a quadratic with a linear term. We're going to go ahead and divide both sides by 4, which gives us x squared plus x minus 12 equals 0. And this factors as well. So I was wrong. I was thinking that we're going to do quadratic formula for these, but I guess that's the next section. Find the first, find the last, add the outer to the inner, and see if we get the middle. So positive 4x minus 3x plus positive 1x. So we have the two factors. Set each factor equal to 0, and we get x equals 3 and x equals negative 4. And there we have it.